Alrighty, hello and good morning. So testing out a new team here. Pretty sure these guys are going to be doing pretty alright up until kind of later in the game. It definitely seems like zombies are actually a little bit overpowered in OP64, could be told here. At least, well, not in training. They kind of suck in training, all things considered. But you know, that whole regeneration thing, considering how very few things will actually do exorcisms, seems pretty handy. But yeah, sorry for the kind of few days without OP64. I was kind of doing like a whole XCOM week looking situation, but then that didn't exactly go as I was wanting it to. So yeah, we're back in business now. So yeah, hopefully, let's see, got a couple sessions here left. So you know, we should at least be getting to the point of getting legions, I would hope. And yeah, you know what? I'm still kind of convinced that there must be some hidden crit modifier on Birdman. They seem to crit a lot. Like, maybe I didn't notice it that much last time. Yeah, I might as well just run from this fight. There's nothing they can actually do. That was a completely wasted 300 bucks. Sure glad I spent it training you guys. Alright. So we got Malaysia next. I'm not even gonna do any more training from there because I want to go pick up Armageddon. Because somebody mentioned that you can apparently stick Armageddon onto a Warlock. Now, I don't exactly know how that works. Not a Warlock, Dollmaster. I keep wanting to call them Warlocks because they were basically called that in Night of Lotus. But oh well. Now, hopefully the sound's alright. See, they're led by Raid. Gonna lead a raid on Raid. So yeah, this is Raid's first loss here, where he'll just go send all the birdies. So we gotta go take the castle. I like how they redid this first section. Like, in all honesty, I feel like the first 3 chapters of the game are way stronger than the last one. Though, I have been told I apparently missed a lot of stuff due to the way that I did it last time. So, I'm curious to see what other kind of new things we'll see this time around. So, that'll be neat. Alrighty, hang on, just adjusting a couple things real quick, just to make sure I can see everything. And there we go. Castle Burgund, and we're out of Dunkweld, right? Dunkweld! I'm gonna dunk real weld. Alrighty, let's go ahead and pause this sucker right here. Now, let's see what these teams are consisting of again. Taki, you know what? Let's go ahead and send some of the weaker units to actually go take this first town. Because I'm remembering a bit of a tricky situation from last time. So I'm going to send the strong ones down here to the south. So that we're not getting... hopefully they can get more party eliminations. So we're going to send them down that way. We're going to have to put, let's say, maybe 3 teams on defense. Let's send you here as well. Yeah, what's your morale looking like? 31? Yeah, we'll let Anderson take that one. Send you after this bird. Let's send 3 squads after this bird, so he's not trying to snipe the castle. Yeah, let's go send the rookie zombies as well. Nothing wrong with rookie zombies. Right, Earth Sunder, yeah, we'll have you on the strong push team. Actually, we'll have you take the bridge right here. Did I ever remember to go back and pick up the Hallowed Shield? Because if not, this would be the time to do it. Actually, apparently there's another event I can do as well, so I'll probably be doing that. Since apparently you can get zombies and stuff, or not zombies, but you can get vampires and stuff like that to start showing up in their hometown. Who knows why? I guess she gave away the one thing that was repelling them or something. Alright, actually that last team wasn't Katarina. Tell you what, you just go ahead and stay here. So we have 1 replacement team if we need to. But I think we should be pretty well alright. So all these guys are going to crash into this knight. He's going to be completely screwed. Bird Boy over here is going to have a bit of a problem because he's got a bunch of guys coming straight towards him. Those 3, once they're all done, I'm probably going to have them just take up positions on the mountain itself. And then we'll go from there. This first team's almost definitely going to lose. quite frankly, they just don't have the damage to win it. It would really be nice if that poison ability actually poisons. But no. Can't have that. Can't have nice things. Alright, I'll just let them get the heal, and I'll let them retreat. There's not really much for them to do. Fredo regenerated like the magic cheese he is. Let's turn the volume down just a tiny little tad here. There, that looks a little bit better. I can't say for absolutely certain, but I think it's a little bit better. See how that goes. So I was mentioning this last time, and I guess technically speaking, you know what, I'll just save the story till more people are here. Because it'll probably be a minute, because it always takes a minute. Because I guess no notifications ever go out. So, well. Such is life. I don't know why they have a notification system that never notifies anybody. But what can you do? Yeah, this team's pretty darn strong. Okay, there goes our bird guy. Should have just had the retreats. I was really hoping he would dodge. I don't know why I was counting on a dodge there. That's never something you want to count on. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. We can do it. We're still in it. We're just, you know what? I'm probably going to have to start a score. Just like a +1, -1 kind of thing. Oh, hello there, Mr. Panman. How's the lurking going? Oh, and thank you for the subscription dealing. Really appreciate it. Are you going to be back in 45 minutes? Alright, fair enough. Well, you have a good time with your work there. Hopefully it's all nice and busy and stuff. But yeah, get back to doing more OB64. Because, you know, you gotta do that. Now, one thing I keep wondering is when they're making the mod for this game, because, I mean, they've been doing a whole bunch of good changes and things like that. Actually, I'm kind of thinking once this run's done, whichever way it ends up going, I'd be kind of curious to do a couple things with that Hammerfall mod as well. But so yeah, as far as OB64 goes, it kind of makes me wonder if it's possible to make it to where if they're like if zombies are in the front row, or rather just if you're using zombies period, maybe just maybe you can make it so that they don't count. Because if you think about it, like, why would anybody get routed if they see their basically invincible zombies coming back to life? Going to kill them, fear not the pain, fear not the death. Yeah, that's rich coming from the one guy in armor in that squad. It's like, yeah, fear nothing. I will hide behind my suit of metal. You go out there and just tank hits with your abs. How's that sound? The army of sexy punchman, I think, is Vale. I think that was what Vale called them. But yeah, one way or another. You know what I just noticed? I think I accidentally set a timeout. Did I set a timeout on this thing? I don't know. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Alright, so they went ahead and lost. That's fine, that's fine. They didn't really lose in the long term. They got a good few hits in. Think we're pretty alright there. Next is Mr. Anderson. Come on, Mr. Anderson. Right, yeah, just go for attack weakest, I think. Oh. Man, how is he even blocking a hammer with his claws? That's nonsense right there. Some friggin' Dark Souls logic. Definite Dark Souls logic. But yeah, let me take this tiny sword and just go ahead and, like, parry a friggin' battle axe larger than my entire body. That's gonna be a thing that happens. They're looking pretty close right now, right? They got a little bit behind. Yeah, okay, so they won it. They got a little bit behind there because that first hit was missed. Got blocked away by some claws. Thankfully, he didn't have a riposte. Speaking of parries and riposte and stuff, so recently finished off Bloodborne. Actually, after a little bit of searching there, it turns out apparently the being a little squid baby is somehow the good ending. I don't really get how the requirements were. There was just something along the lines of, like, eat random consumables and then somehow you become squid baby. So that was cool. But anyway, yeah. But so what I was wondering about is why exactly they have a last boss that technically follows the parry mechanic, Like, he can... Well... Oh, crap! No, 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 no! Oh, man! I thought that was the last of their attack. There was no reason to let him die. That's fine. We're down 2. We're down 2. We'll get a promotion. It's just unfortunate that they ended up getting completely piled on. I should have retreated. I had it there and everything. And interestingly, he actually pulled the retreating behind their lines glitch. It's probably not a glitch. It's more of just weird programming. Because what they probably intended was that he went forward and then he turned to face them, because for some reason he did. So rather than getting attacked on the side, it was counting it as he was getting attacked from the back, and then he just got thrown way back, which caused him to go fly straight onto their town, which is fine, because it's where I wanted him anyway. But let's just not even pretend it makes sense. Anywho, what I was getting at here, it's kind of surprising that they had the end boss for Bloodborne. Like, they had him able to do parries, but for some reason he didn't prioritize them. Like, anytime that one of the random AI characters ends up getting a parry on you, they will be all over that mess. Like, they'll just be completely just on you that second. Like, oh man, I gotta get that finishing move. And then you get the end boss, and he's just like, yeah, it's alright, I'm not super into this. So ultimately, I had a build that was basically strength and guns. Just using the axe and shotgun from the very beginning, like, just basically throughout the entire game, because it was stupidly OP by the very end of it for some reason. Like, seriously, what? Like, standard damage, to give you an idea, completely upgraded gun sword kind of thing that was doing a really good job. Did like 200-300 per swing, and attacked relatively quick. The axe, on the other hand, did like 600-900, and could be basically spun around and just smash everything out of the way like nothing. The shotgun there did 300 on its own, so this last fight just basically resulted in just spamming the shotgun over and over, hitting him with the axe to recover a little bit, spamming him with the shotgun, hitting him with the axe, getting a parry, just like over and over and over. Like, this is weird for a last boss, I gotta say. It's like I was expecting something, I don't know, a little bit different. Feels, this is a little bit of a curb stomp fight, I don't know. Maybe the build was a little bit overpowered, but I don't know. I mean, that's the stuff you start with. Well, I mean, that you can start with, I guess. You can start with a bunch of stuff, but still, I mean, if you have the option of halberd and shotgun, why would you not go with that? Like, that's the best thing ever. Like, it's a Souls game. I'm always gonna go for the halberd, because they're always the best. Like, oh, at the same time, they're like, oh, you know, you can also have a shotgun on top of that. Like, yeah, please. And then later on, just like going and doing one of them rando dungeony things. They're like, hey, would you like a friggin' gun sword on top of that? Yeah, of course. Naturally. Alright. Anyway. Point being, pistol run of that at some point. So yeah, planning... as soon as I can figure out the audio situation on that one, I will. For some reason, my headset, despite using the same type of jack that it needs to, does not actually work with the PS4. I'm not sure why. If anybody happens to know why that is, you know, can get that started sooner. But yeah, it just temporarily doesn't work. It's fine. We'll get it going at some point. Like, I'm not sure if I need an adapter or what. Okay, Rupture Rose. I don't have anybody that can use that right now. It's alright. Actually, you know what? Taki, Dio, and Willie, you guys need to go over here. I got Dio. Yeah, they need to recover a little bit. They didn't take any too severe losses, but still. It would be good to have that help there. So we're gonna have a second bird coming in over here. Jank. Okay, what do we got over this way? So, Mr. Obsidian Sphinx, you are what level? 8? Okay, so we're pretty under-leveled. Katarina, what's your deal? You're 8 as well. Okay, so we're gonna actually probably bring Willie back here to defend a little bit. Because those bird squads will keep attacking until they're gone. Yeah, Lucy and Uterus, I'm just gonna have them hold position for the time being. Do I want to bring Ken back or no? Yeah, I'm gonna bring Ken back, actually. Everybody else can kind of hold their respective lines. Once the 2 birds are gone, there's going to be a lot less danger, because we can essentially move forward without them potentially overwhelming everybody guarding the capital. Granted, it's only the temporary capital, but still. So, actually I should probably consider maybe giving Sphinx and Katarina a little bit of training after this, because they are by far the most behind right now. So let's see how that goes. Lightning. Yeah, definitely a good idea combining Berserkers and Fairies. Actually, wait a minute. Was Berserk an OB64 reference? No, was OB64 a Berserk reference? Maybe. I don't actually know when they added fuck to that thing. Because now that I think about it, like, that's exactly what happens. He's there to do minor heals and provide buffs. So, I wonder. I mean, in every one of the games, they do basically have, you know, stuff that could be seen as the same thing. I mean, they've got, what's it? I mean, they basically got the Ogre set every time, which is basically like, oh yeah, here's this super evil set of armor with a giant sword that makes you freakishly strong, but, you know, might make you a bad guy, we don't know. The tests were inconclusive. Nobody survived. Alright. So they're still winning it slowly. They're not exactly gaining too much ground, but they're getting rid of the grunts, meaning that they'll eventually pile on the other guys. It's why I have them do it this way. So they'll keep going that way. Right, Earth Sunder, tell you what. I want you taking out this bird if you could. Like, if he could at least chase him out of the way, then we know that he's moving. Because I'm thinking as long as he isn't aggroed, he seems like an AI trap in a sense. Because I'm thinking he's over there, he's kind of at an angle. You would probably go for that town and just vaguely see the bird guy, at which point you would just get triggered to start going for your capital. It seems, you know, like the usual introduction to that kind of trick. They are setting it up as the birds will come and try to eat your face mechanic. So yeah, it's good stuff. Them peoples, they're getting ate by zombies. Yeah, that team's actual attack power kind of sucks, I'll be completely honest here. You know what? Actually, we need to change their formation a little bit. We need to stick one of those zomboids off in the very back. So, we're sticking... Yeah, Ziegler, you're going back here. You're going to eat the AoEs. You go here. Hopefully this soldier will be safe. Because usually they prioritize the back row, so they go for this, so they'll be hitting these 4 tiles. Meaning that, yeah, Ziegler back here, he is going to be the one that takes all of the lightning. So that'll be nice. Actually, we should probably even move the leader over to the sides, although I have to say in the middle they've been pretty safe so far. Usually. I think we've only had, I want to say, 2 guys that have been in the middle that died so far. Something like that. By the way, if I'm a little bit sleepy today, pardon me. The last couple days have been a little bit rough in the child sleep throughout the night department, and, well, had some rando janky pains going on, so I wasn't exactly super sure if I should be having any coffee today. Figured I'd just go ahead and wait that one out and see what happened. So, yeah. Don't expect to be killing over. Actually, I thought I was a lot more unhealthy than I was. So when I actually got insurance a while ago, you know, my wife was basically saying, okay, I signed you up for everything. You're gonna go to the friggin' doctor. Stop joking that you're unhealthy and get yourself checked for everything. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm going. So I'm like, okay, surely enough. I haven't been to the dentist in, like, forever. I don't even remember the last time I went there. It's like, surely there'll be an issue there. They're like, no, everything's pretty good here. I'm like, oh man. I generally, you know, kind of treat myself like crap and try to end up not sleeping properly, end up always kind of overexerting myself doing stuff and whatever else. So I go there and they're like, yeah, no, you're perfectly healthy and fine, and that's all good there. I'm like, okay, I don't understand. I thought this is the kinds of stuff that causes issues, but alright, apparently I was wrong. Yeah, these little guys will go down eventually. Eventually. Be a minute. And on the plus side, I guess they're not losing anything. Though that witch isn't really doing any wonders for their attack power. Definitely not. So we'll continue pushing them backwards as they do. As they does, after all. Alrightio. While doing that, you know what, Mr. Ken, tell you what, I think for the time being we're... Actually, no, you just go ahead and take a nap. Because I don't know what that bird's doing. It's apparently completely content with getting chased all the way to the corner of the map rather than actually executing their scripts. Huh. Alright, Lucy, crush. Yeah, she's at 13. So Lucy is hands down our strongest squad right now. You know, probably on account of that entire map where she went around feeding an entire army to her dragon. You know, Lucy's basically Daenerys, that's what it is. Speaking of, apparently more Game of Thrones stuff, like, all coming out every day now. So that might be kind of interesting or whatever. Kind of excited. Yeah, I'm excited to see how the hell it'll end, because I'm guaranteeing now it's probably going to be different from the books, and I've heard so many friggin' theories on how that whole story's going to end that I don't even know what to make of it anymore. It's like, it's weird because there's so many really plausible ones out there. Like, I could absolutely see them going for a completely bummer ending, you know, with pretty much only one person standing at the end, or, you know, going for another one where they're, you know, just somehow everybody's mostly fine, but then, you know, they end up having a second war or whatever else. And then they have all these little moments that they pointed out throughout the series that are all over it. Like, man, I know, so many of those theories and everything else are probably never going to pan out, but it's just fun to see, you know? It's just fun to see. It's alright. I think that cleric squad's about to get absolutely freaking owned, so yeah, we'll go ahead and let that happen. I'm sorry you've decided to take on Anderson and friggin' Troy with his massive spike hammer. So, y'all are a bit boned, is what I'm trying to get at here. This is basically the lightning god and versus a priest and a bunch of... Well, this is actually pretty dark if you think about it. It's like, we've got a priest, a bunch of children, and a flying mascot. Like, dude, this is jacked up. What are we doing here? I mean, technically speaking, it's probably done that way for either sprite limitations or historical realism. Because, yeah, like, on the one hand, it's not historically inaccurate that they're like, hey, you're 15 years old, here's a spear, a helmet, and, yeah. Sure hope you weren't too attached to that farm life. That's why so many stories start out that way. Like, yep, we're going to war with France for some reason. You have fun with that. Okay, yeah, just go for attack first. Wow, they're actually doing a pretty healthy chunk of damage to these guys. They're taking about it. Yeah, no, they're gonna lose this one. I'm gonna let them retreat because they are. God dang it! Come on. You know what? No, keep it going. There we go. Kill off my zombie, please. That's fine. She just regenerates because she's unkillable. It's another thing that this makes. You know what? This worked out great because she had a an archer, I think, over there. And she just immediately zombified. I actually skipped that part last time because 4 units actually zombified after that last fight. And yeah, it was pretty great. They just immediately all just ultimate zombified, and this worked out perfectly for this team because for some reason the Dragoner almost never actually takes any hits, whereas the zombie just eats all of them like nothing and just regenerates. So works out great. Dragon barely takes damage. We've only got one real chink in armor, and that's AoE hits, which Mr. Dragonface tends to eat without any issues. So alrighty then. Like, oh man, stop coming back to life. See, and they're even winning now. They're even winning. That one dragon's beating 2 of them with no problems. None whatsoever. That was funny. Bird guy ran up to the headquarters. He's like, oh man, I'm totally gonna go attack. And then he just wussed out. Good stuff, good stuff. Just if you could, please. Just go slap that thing. Go slap that one little child man over there. Come on, zombie. Why did I believe in you, zombie? Such a disappointing zombie, man. Yeah, screw it. This encounter is jacked. We're gonna go. We're gonna go because they managed to somehow lose to 3 grunts and a fairy. Wow. That's impressive right there. That is some good stuff. Thank you, Taki. Good to know that we have you to rely on. Alright. That's fine. Dio's team gets a little bit of a go here. See what they end up doing. Oh, there, Mr. Dio. Surely you can figure out how to actually hurt things in this war situation. Where wars happen. Stab, 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 okay. Thank you for going well out of your way to not finish off anybody. Greatly appreciate it. I don't even know if they're set to the right AI now that I think about it. Now you're autonomous. I'll just go for weakest. Go for weakest. That's not the weakest now, is it? Yeah, you know what, their targeting is a little bit weird. Like, even when you tell them specifically to go attack one thing, unlike March of the Black Queen, they won't always follow that order. And I don't know if there's actually any difference based off their alignment or whatever else as far as their likeliness to follow orders. Because it does feel that way sometimes. Like, it does feel like they maybe have situations where they're going into fights and it's like, yeah, I told you to go, you know, attack the weakest thing, and then just like right in their ideal targeting area, there's somebody with no health, and then they will just avoid finishing them off in order to attack somebody completely different. Which, honestly, if that was a reference to that whole World War II statistic, where I think they said like 99% of shots were not even trying to accomplish anything, honestly, I wouldn't even be upset about that. That'd be a pretty neat reference. Alright, so now that squad's gonna get ping-ponged back and forth a little bit, and then go try to take on Dio. That makes sense. But yeah, so if you've never heard of that statistic, basically the deal was that, you know, it turns out people aren't super big into that whole killing thing. So pretty much what was happening is that they kept trying to train people and everything else. Like, oh, you go shoot for here or there, and everybody kept just like, nope, whoops, look at that. I guess my aim's bad. That just like would keep shooting kind of roughly nearby the area where they should have been aiming at. Because, I mean, psychologically, that's how people work. You don't, it's just not really in people's nature for the most part to actually go for, you know, a killing hit on anything. And honestly, if you've ever even been hunting, like, even in that case, it's pretty noticeable. Like, hell, there was one time that I remember I was going and, you know, hunting, not specifically hunting, but I was getting rid of mice just around the house, and, like, I'm a pretty friggin' good shot, so I was just sitting there with a BB gun, sitting on the other end of the room, and the stupid mouse would keep going and picking on my bird. I had this little lovebird at the time. It's actually funny, I had that lovebird up until a couple years ago, and unfortunately she passed away. But at any rate, so I was just sitting there in the back of the room at like 2 a.m. because they kept showing up during the night. And so, you know, just popped this little mouse in the face, and went to go check on it, and felt really bad for like a week. Oh man, I feel really bad now. Just this little mouse was trying to feed itself. Out, granted, had to keep reminding myself, like, yeah, this thing kept attacking the bird, so the douchebag had it coming. But still, you know, what can you do? Alright, so we got one promotion. So we're down 2, but we got 1 back. See if we can maybe get any more promotions out of this. Actually, I feel like this team should be pretty strong against these birds. It's actually funny how many squads they're sending in. Come on, no, don't pick on them, you dicks! Aw, you suck. You suck! Birds, why are you the worst? He says after just talking about protecting a bird. But yeah, no, these little Birdman squads are just the worst. Stop picking on my grunts. They're just trying to do their job. We barely even pay them. We just pay them in Snickers. Like, not even the full-size Snickers. We just give them one of those little bite-sized ones every day. We got them in a value pack. Alright, let's move here, maybe here. I guess none of our Doll Masters are ever going to survive. Why do I keep trying with the Doll Masters? Thing is, there's one item that can make them good, and I don't even have that item. It's not necessarily hard to get. You actually typically will get it over the course of your game. It's apparently your first birthday gift, so you're definitely going to be, well, you're usually going to be having the entire game take about a year, so yeah, you usually end up getting that thing. You know, they're doing all right. See, this is exactly where witches are good. Like if you've got a good offensive or a good number of offensive units in the front line, you've got somebody to support the team, and then you get a witch. You can just disable a lot of their attack power this way. So yeah, they're definitely not worthless. I've heard people say that they're worthless. They need an attack. No, they're pretty all right at what they do. If you put them in the back row, they'll usually stun. Sometimes they'll poison. Either way, they're usually pretty all right about picking their debuffs to be, you know, as harsh as they can be. I wish you could lock them into just paralysis, because that's by far their most useful one. Though having poison on somebody that attacks 3 rounds, that'll usually do a pretty good job as well. Alright. Yeah, they're still fine, they're still fine. It should be noted that even when characters are getting killed off and coming back as zombies, they're still pretty useful. Like, it's not exactly that they can't do it, it's just we're gonna probably end up having a crap load of zombies. Okay, so Lucy, tell you what, Dyson over here is busy sucking because he's a vacuum, so why don't you go ahead and take him out? It'd be greatly appreciated. Appreciate the help. Like, man, my dragon's one to take a nap. Sure would be a shame if somebody came and bit me in the face. Yeah, it is a problem that happens, huh? And killed by grunts. Thank you, grunts. You're good grunts. I have a feeling her team's gonna build a lot of units over the course of the game. Oh yeah, and I still gotta get that one guy. What's his face? Earth Thunder? Still gotta get Earth Thunder over here to start doing his thing. Should probably go have him take that town. Probably should have left him here. He could have trained up more units. Because I eventually want to have a Centurion or 2. Does that make sense? Maybe not. Maybe not necessarily. But I want to, you know. Considering the way that I use them, it's actually not even the worst idea in the world. Because I was just thinking, like, if you have a Centurion team, but you give them, like, let's say you give them 1 soldier squad, kind of like this. You give them 1 soldier squad, and then you give them 1 other team to work with. But then you make both teams really good, and then what you do is you just kind of set them up in a way where they just sort of rotate around a city over and over, and then they just swap out. Like, let's say one gets knocked backwards, the other one is automatically sitting on that town. So it could potentially give you a means of swinging around and defending a town a lot more effectively. It's not guaranteed by any means, but it does seem like something that could work. So that's something I want to try. We're not going to gain access to them until next, what is it, next chapter or so? How do I forget a word like chapter? I don't know. But for the sake of other information that I can never seem to remember, I actually dug out one of my favorite books earlier. So, okay, so a little bit of context here. So, I was potty training my daughter, and, you know, we have a big old bookshelf of just random stuff for her to pick from. And so, what I did, I went ahead and yeah, just looked at some of my old books and everything, just to see if there was something I was forgetting about, because I could have sworn there was some more funny stuff on there. And my brother makes it a point that for my birthday, unfortunately I've lost a good number of them, but just due to all kinds of shenanigans, but he generally will give me a book of something completely bizarre. Like, he'll just get me something that intentionally has no point, because I absolutely love that kind of stuff. Like, for example, one of them is literally just a book called The Book of Totally Useless Information. So it's like this kind of stuff. Like, let's see, what do we got in here? I should probably open this window because it's dark as hell, because it's another ice storm, because it's never end lately for some reason. Come on, window. Why can't you open? There we go. There we go. Let's see. Like, what are graham crackers out of? Let's see. The obvious answer would be graham, but what is a graham? That's an easy one. Graham crackers are made of graham flour. Graham flour is simply whole wheat flour. It was promoted by a 19th century Presbyterian minister named Sylvester Graham. He was very active in the temperance movement. Graham felt that eating a healthful diet would cure alcoholism, aid digestion, and lead to a more wholesome lifestyle. His keen interest in bowel regularity led to a nickname of him being called the, what the hell? Pertiltastic Persuader. Holy crap. That's an interesting one. See, Graham traveled through the United States preaching the evils of eating meats and fats. Douche. Get off my bacon. While he was sure, which he was sure led to sexual promiscuity. What's the problem with that? you eat bacon and get horny. That's, I mean, that's just a natural response. His answer was to men's lack of virtue was a diet of vegetables, fruits, and unsifted whole wheat flour in place of white bread. His many followers helped make the use of graham flour popular, and his legacy lives on today in the form of graham crackers. So if you ever feel the need to cleanse your soul, get a box of graham crackers, a glass of milk, and think pious thoughts. Well, dang. Like I said, it's just an entire book of that. Just like bizarre random stuff that whatever use could you possibly have for that? But either way, I love it. I always love that kind of stuff. So yeah, go figure. You can thank Jesus for graham crackers. Thank Jeebus for Ritz. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Actually, that stuff is really dang good in, what the hell's it called? Meatloaf. There we go. I remember how Meatloaf word name has. Alright, cat, can you stop messing with my router? Friggin' Chunko cat over here running up and slapping the router a whole bunch. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, I should just make it a regular thing to quote stuff out of the Book of Completely Useless Information. Or the Book of Totally Useless Information. Sorry. I mean, like, there's another one here that's just, like, just great thoughts and sayings from throughout history, or there's another one that's just bizarre random rules from different sports nobody ever thought of. That kind of thing. Oh, by the way, speaking of random rules, I had a bit of a thing that I wanted to try. It's probably going to be after the OB64 run, and I don't know how far down the line, but if enough people are interested, what I wanted to do was a run of One Vision, right? Actually, I could probably do either One Vision or oh, nice, we got a promotion, so we're 2 for 2 now. So any of the Tactics Ogre games, or see, I want to say X Division or Enemy Unknown. We'll see. I think I'll put up maybe a wheel of that, but anyway, we'll assume One Vision for the time being, because that's probably the one that has the most options for shenanigans, and the one that I love showing off shenanigans for the most. Anyway, so point being, you know how FFTA had that whole law system, and it was like people absolutely hated getting around those laws? Well, I'm one of those weirdos that friggin' loved it. So what I wanted to do was take that system, expand the hell out of it, and put it into One Vision. And here's the thing. I figure the best way to do that, and the best way to make it fully work, I was originally just going to randomize it, just like put a crap load of laws in a wheel and randomized it, but instead what I think should be done is that I put in like one of those rule thingies for the robot in the background here, where if somebody gives a bit, so that's basically a penny, for every penny that every bit that somebody essentially does, they can name one random rule, and then we just keep a rotating list. Like, let's say I'm still deciding whether to go with 3 or 5, but just like keep a rotating list of just like you can't use, like, let's say you can't use this element, or you can't use physical, or you can't use items, or you can't heal. And just like something generic like that. Nothing too generic, like, you know, you can't use any actions whatsoever. It's like, what is that? It's like if a certain type of skill is banned, if a certain class is banned, or whatever else, you know, just something ridiculously arbitrary, and then just have that constantly going on, and then just kind of adjust on the fly and see if we can make it through. All right, Crown of Intellect. Okay, Lucy, you go back to base, please. Speaking of losers here, by the way, Taki, or actually no, yeah, Taki, you want to go ahead and finally finish these a-holes, because I'm really kind of getting sick of their crap. So you go deal with them. Mr. Anderson. I'm going to have you move here, just in case they decide to move on this stronghold here. This is exactly why one stream takes one of these maps takes an entire stream to beat. Because, see, I'm playing this all careful, like, if I was going for the full evil ending, then yeah, then we'd be doing a different thing. I'm doing my favorite route through this, in which, even if our reputation's tanked, we're still trying to do the right thing. So the tragic good guy route, as it were. Load. I wish you'd go for a stun on that healer. I don't know why you keep repeatedly going for that one. I know, make their attack power weaker, but they can't attack! Oh well, such is her witchly way, I suppose. Actually, it's probably just bad RNG. You know, then again, it might actually be based off her stats now that I think about it, because she's consistently poisoned that one, but she's consistently also gone ahead and stunned the other ones, so... I wonder why that is. That's odd. That is quite odd, sir. Alright, Earth Sunder. Tell you what, you go take the Stronghold. I want you to take like 1 billion fights, so we're gonna go ahead and move you over there. See about defending that. But yeah, so that whole kind of random rules challenge kind of thing, I think it could be really fun. So I don't know how many folks are actually here at the moment, but I just thought it would be really fun to do. Just because, yeah, we could have all kinds of bizarre shenanigans throughout that entire run. It's never going to get stale. Like these permadeath runs, okay, fine. That tends to keep a good bit of interestingness going all throughout. I just mean, like, honestly, with a lot of my my OV runs, as much as I love challenge runs, and actually even vanilla runs of those, of all the Tactics Ogre games, other than Knight of Lotus, they do tend to drag on a bit. And the thing is, like, yeah, you can get through the entire story. To get all the way through it still takes over a week, though. Where with Knight of Lotus, you can actually get through the thing, in maybe 4 or 5 parts if you're quick enough. Just because, as slow as the fights seem to be, they're actually pretty quick, all things considered. But anyway, so let me know if you guys wanna do that law challenge. Like, I was probably thinking like call it the bitter law challenge. Because the whole bit thing, and the fact that it's following that whole law system, might be fun. Oh well, we'll see. We'll see. I know it's kind of bizarrely masochistic. I probably won't do permadeath on that one unless somebody wants to chuck that in as one of the random rules. Just like, oh yeah, just suddenly there's a permadeath rule, but only for this one fight, and also there's no attacking, also there's no healing. Also no heavy weapons in the Zados fight. See, I'd be curious to see what exactly would happen in that case, because like, all of the fights, even if you don't have the ideal stuff, there's enough shenanigans in One Vision to make it all possible. Like, technically all that stuff was there in base game, it was just a lot more boring with the way that it worked. So like that whole, no heavy weapons or whatever else thing, I literally had an entire run where I was just using rune fencers with poison spears, and then just basically letting everything die to poison. Because nothing else would work during that run. So like, all those mechanics were there, they're just way more interesting when, when you can actually do more stuff with them. Also, look! Witchy finally figured out how paralysis worked, and... Oh, I see what's going on. I think I gave that witch a water staff. I think that might be why she's always poisoning rather than doing her ray of paralysis. I need to give her a different staff then. This paralysis is so much more useful. Alright, Mr. Takey, you gonna go ahead and win that fight or what? Because you've been going and engaging that squad for like 300 years now, so I'd really appreciate it if you actually won it finally. Alright, I'm feeling pretty confident about sending these guys up now. So, let's go pause it real quick. Let's send Ken, Willie, and Katarina. We'll send them up here. Yeah, I'm feeling Sphinx is pretty solid at this point. So the bird squads are, for all intents and purposes, eliminated as far as I can tell. Alright, we'll send Lucy up this way. Yeah, looks like they've got 1 bird squad in waiting. So if I go for kind of a 3-prong approach, it should work out pretty okay. Oh, and by the way, for any folks that were looking at the the X Division run from yesterday, I didn't get a chance to yesterday, but I was actually putting together a clip for Sharon to find out what exactly had happened, like with all those bugs that kept happening in the base. So I'm probably just gonna go ahead and take whatever was already there, and maybe just leave that whole base thing. Like maybe leave and come back and try to do it the normal way, because I don't know. Like random ghost hitboxes. We got random. It's like random turns just taking forever, all that kind of thing. All right, come on. There we go. Finally, how hard is it to kill off a fairy? Righto. Win it, win it. Sure glad that fairy leveled up. Man, they'll be so much more useful. They're never going to be more useful. I love how fairies are one of those weird things where they get slightly more health, but aside from that, they're about as useful as they'll ever be once you actually get them. Like, their level ups don't even really matter. Even once you get Magic Missile, like, even if they're super over leveled, they're gonna do maybe 30. And yeah, that takes a whole lot of doing. That run was still pretty fun though. I might redo it another time just to, you know, just to have done the entire series permadeath with fairies. Actually, that's part of the reason that I've kind of soured away from doing more Ironman runs of like the longer tactics over games and things like that. It's like I already did it with fairies, so I'm not sure there's any more to prove there. So we might as well just go for the more fun ones. Either way. I mean, I guess arguably in Let Us Cling Together, they're pretty okay. They're decent. I mean, at least they've got access to a good bit of healing. Their defense still sucks something fierce, but still. Huh. Okay, I guess they never even bothered defending that town. Alright, does the shop have anything new? Or does Troy's mom have anything to say? This guy seems weirdly well-informed about politics for somebody living out in the boonies. It's suspicious. Who are you? And eventually, we'll be able to break through this whole thing here. Just gotta take out this, you know, sleeping priest over here. There we go. Come on. You'll somehow fail this, I know you can. He's gonna attack, and then it's gonna be slightly not enough. And then they're going to be going at this for another round. Alright, come on. Somebody get a second turn. Somebody get a second turn. There we go. Finally. They did. It's about time. It's about dang time. It only took you a billion years. Alright. Wait, there's something here. And it was a seed. Defeated them, now what? Now you're going to go back, you're going to take a quick nap, and once that entire line's formed up, y'all are going to squish the crap out of this place. So, they've got 3 guys, I'm sure some of them will sneak through, so we'll leave 1 squad defending each town. Alright, yeah, their fatigue's looking okay. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave Anderson guarding. They're down a guy right now. So I'm going to leave them marching first. Give them a few second head start here. Yes, Ken, I know. Alright, that seems about right. Bird Boy is backing off for some reason. So let's get Lucy and Dio. We're going to go ahead and go this way. Yeah, I'm not liking that bird guy's running away. I have a feeling that's that one that tries to escape at the very end, so we'll see about getting him. See about throwing that Master Ball at him? I don't know. Oh, speaking of, there was another... so that whole law challenge that I was talking about, I should probably mention, I was actually going to go ahead and start that runoff with access to all things, like with access to all the classes and everything. With the plan primarily being that I wanted to start it off as what was going to be called the Pokemon Master Challenge, which I actually have on the list below this screen type thing right now. It's actually one that Rakes had suggested a good long while ago, and I was really interested to try it. Basically, the idea being that you can only attack using golems, monsters, and other things while having a Beastmaster supporting them. So the only time that they can actually attack is if they have an Empower ability. So yeah, that's like your only attack option at that point. So I was going to set it up as that as the starting kind of setup. Dang it. Slightly too slow in the Pendra. So that would be really useful against this team. Because unfortunately that bird team right there is strong as hell. Especially compared with everybody else. So got a few licks in, but that's about it. I don't know how exactly they got chucked up onto a mountain, but presumably they got picked up and dropped there. Right. If they do these continuous crits again, though, we might be able to... Yeah, there we go. I'm alright with this, because it actually gives us the Pendra possibly. We'll see. That's fine. Again, it's just the zombies taking hits now. That's why I have them set up in this formation. And why eventually I'll probably have a lot of squads running this particular formation. Oh, I'm sorry. Did somebody say you get friggin' attacked by ice wolves? Yes. That's exactly what happened. What a shame that we just have those lying around. Also, apparently he can block ice wolves. How about that? I don't think the Pendras actually count for damage. Yeah, they don't. The cards in March of the Black Queen didn't count either. Now, okay, so I was touching upon this last time, right? Do you think all of these cards and everything else, do you think they're ever going to officially acknowledge all of the superpowers that the main characters get? Like the tarot cards for Destin, March of the Black Queen, the Pendras, which they make it a whole point that they give you the Pendra at the start of the game. Like the Pendras for Magnus here, the time travel for Denim. Like I wonder if they'll ever officially acknowledge it, because the closest that we've ever gotten to official acknowledgement for all that is the fact that in Lux they have two spots where they acknowledge it. Three actually. The first comes at the very moment that you actually get it, because there's a little article that comes out and they're like, hey, so we've seen the king running around with like doppelgangers and crap. We're not really sure what the deal is with all that, but he seems really into collecting these cards for some reason. Also, I'm assuming by the fact that I still keep seeing people coming and going that the audio is a little bit jacked up, so let's go ahead and correct it that way. Hopefully it's all good now. But yeah, so that might be the case. Don't know for absolutely certain, but okay, we'll see. But yeah, point being, they're like, yeah, we see the king running around. It's kind of weird. We're not sure what to think about it. And then later on, when you go back in time, or rather, when you go into the very end of Coda, when you go like way back in time, there's a conversation between Dem and Cashwan. And they're like, okay, so. You know, this, I never really wanted to remember this place. Like, yeah, we specifically came back here to get revenge, just so you know. Like, oh, okay, so they're going to officially acknowledge it there, and then once you finally fight a certain someone later down the line, like, oh, you're not from this timeline, are you? So that's always fun. So they regenerated, and they lost. Everybody's going to lose to this Griffin squad. They're just way too good. They're too good. But that's fine. That's their role. They're supposed to be kind of your nemesis for this fight. They do that job well, I have to say. They're able to fight off 4 squads like it's nothing. That's perfectly fine. But he's against Ken now, so he should be pretty well toast. Come on, crush, maim, destroy! Got this. You know what, actually... Okay, he's gonna attack. I'm gonna have... Retreat, please. Please don't hit that guy. Is she gonna heal now? They're gonna attack. I think she's gonna heal now. Yep, she's gonna heal him. We might have to retreat after that first attack, just to be safe. Yeah, now we're retreating. That's fine. They might have won it, but I want to make sure to keep them healed up. Because that's scary. You know, I don't want anybody else getting killed off here. We've already taken enough losses. And I see why, too. So let's go ahead and give them the Power Fruit. Gonna help them out in that old stamina department. Get all their staminas back. Right. Probably didn't need more than one. Really, the Power Fruits are only kind of useful for the purposes of getting your guys just at critical. Once you get up to Angel Fruits and stuff like that, they're a bit more overall useful. I think it's only like 10% stamina or something like that for those Power Fruits. Oh man, ow. Alright, you ever have one of those moments where you're drinking some water or something, and then you mistakenly just like chug way more of it than you intended to at one time, and then just feels like you got punched in the throat. That's basically what just happened. Friggin' ow is what I'm getting at. Man. You know, I'm actually kind of tempted to go see what else is in this book of totally useless information over here. Let's see. Elephants and donkeys representing their respective parties. Let's not get into politics today for once. Let's see, what is the origin of the saying, bury the hatchet? Okay, that seems fitting for this. Let's see, is this a fight they can lose? No, it's Lucy, she's gonna kill everybody. Alright, let's see. Native Americans were still living in the Stone Age before they were conquered by the white man. Not exactly, it was... they were... I mean, honestly, all they were really lacking was metallurgy. They kind of had a pretty complex trade network going on. In a lot of cases, they had alliances. Not exactly living in the Stone Age. Anyway, so you gotta disagree with that. So one popular Native American weapon was a sharpened chipped stone tied to a wooden handle. They called this club a tomahawk after an Algonquin word for it. While this crude but effective weapon was ridiculed by the white man, it was effectively an object of great ceremony in the tribes of the Northeast. When a dispute was settled, many tribes would bury a tomahawk as a symbolic gesture of peace. If hostilities were renewed, the tomahawk would be dug up, representing a declaration of war. Neat! Okay, well, we'll read more on that in just a little bit. Hello there, Mr. Evan. How are things today for you? But yeah, no, I was, oh, hell no, you better not kill my dragon. Nobody kills that Dargan. Yeah, I just noticed how much damage that thing's taken. Yeah, I'm used to the zombie taking all the hits. So I mean, if you enjoy burning hatchets and things, well, I mean, that's what hatchets are for. You can bury them in dirt. You can bury them in other stuff, too. Like, say you want to have some ham. You're like, man, I sure love this ham. And then you have ham, and it's good. Why exactly you'd go for an axe to cut your ham is anyone's guess, really. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to question your choices. I mean, I will say almost... Oh, wait a minute. No, it's perfectly fine. I was going to say, somebody's about to die, and I let that happen again. No! No, 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 no! What is that crap? Whoa! With your nonsense crits. Get out of here, birdies. Yeah, I'm legitimately curious if these birds have a crit modifier. Holy hell, they keep critting all the time. Yeah, see? Look at that! You're getting like 2-3 crits per round. It is ridiculous. Let's see, great. I drove into a drive storm Tuesday and made it home yesterday. Well, I'm glad he made it back. Yeah, we just... It's weird. So our schools over here have been closed due to this same ice storm. It's weird because it's an entire sheet of ice all over everything outside right now. But it's honestly not as bad as I was expecting. Like, they were sending out warning messages and stuff like, oh man, just so you know, your gas might suddenly stop working, and suddenly all your power might go out, and all this other stuff, and it's like, there's a sheet of ice on the road. It's a little bit slippery to walk outside, but that's kind of about it. I don't know. It feels like, I don't know, a little bit disappointing, I guess, on our end. Alright, yeah, these guys somehow attacked at a janky angle. Yeah, glad you made it back, though. Glad everything's all safe and stuff. As it should be. As all things should be. Yeah, right now it's almost like they're mistaking attack strongest for attack... or attack weakest for attack strongest. How far until this Pendra? A good long while. Okay. So yeah, I assume you have DT, but they're not the brightest. Yeah. Not that there's much of a choice. Although I will say, in our complex here, not much of a choice on just about anything is kind of the norm. Like, I've already shared the many stories about Comcast being a pain in the dingus, so I think that's it's kind of about all that needs to be said on that one. Alright, come on, finish them. Finally, yeah. What are these guys' odds? Because they're guarding everything. They're critting everything. Do they just have a freakishly high luck score? That has to be it. Surely. Like, look at this. every single potential fatal hit this round. That's 3 of them that they've blocked. Oh, finally, finally. Oh, I'm sorry. Are they just you think they're maybe underpowered or something? But they just went ahead and, you know, got all those extra hits off. But yeah, no. We have, let's see. So, funny story. I guess less funny, occasionally tragic. So way back when, like as far as DTE goes, when we first came here, nobody really felt like mentioning the fact that, hey, you know what, you have to get DTE the day that you move in. Now I don't know how this got overlooked, because you know, oh crap, I just lost another healer. Well, rip healer. I mean, I guess we have a ton of them, but whatever. Anyway, what was I getting at here? Right, so... man, this squad has claimed so many units, dude. It's ridiculous. They just do not die. That Griffin is ridiculous. Right. Stop getting off track, trying to comment on 2 different things at once. Shoot. That is the dragon. That dragon needs to eat that bird. You misunderstood me, dragon. You were supposed to kill the... What are you doing? You're set to attack weakest. What are you doofuses doing? Seriously, are you seeing this? This is ridiculous. I keep telling them attack weakest, like, attack strongest? Almost lost our single strongest unit to that. Anyway, so yeah, we're moving. So we end up moving to a new apartment place, and yeah, somehow it gets missed about the whole DT thing. So I move over there, or you know, we move over there. Like, okay, no, not really thinking much of it. I try to transfer the old gas service, like, you know, it's not working. It's not working. You know, talk to them at the office, like, oh, it's fine, don't worry about it. So, okay, you know, fine, well enough. So we move in, and then a couple days later, they give me a call, like, oh, we noticed you haven't transferred your service. Like, well, I did. I gave you guys the number of my old gas service. Like, we don't subscribe to them here. Like, okay, I specifically asked you about this. Why didn't you tell me? Just, you have to use DT now. And the weird part is, so way back in the day, oh, come on, we just got him. Dang it. I know, that one was my fault. That was absolutely my fault. Let's see, that's not right at all. They should have slaughtered the hawk. Yeah, I don't know why they're being all janky with their intelligence today. Repeat, we have no intelligence. Alright. Just in case they get a chance to attack again, I'm gonna leave it in here. Yeah, no, it's time to run. Before we lose anyone else. Like, the human characters, I don't mind too much if they end up getting killed off, because, again, zombies are still pretty okay. But alright, so to finish the story about DT there. So, way back in the day, used to be an assistant, essentially for what was, well, what was my, kind of like a family company at the time. And one of many things that... oh crap, please don't, she's dead. Come on. Do your things, everyone gets one attack round. But yeah, one of the things I later found out, that they had actually gone ahead and, you know, kind of ruined and stuck to my name for a while there, is that they took a bunch of bills for these different properties that had been managed. They're like, oh yeah, nobody will ever go after a child, and so they basically just piled them all into one account and then slapped them under my name. And so I'm going to go start a DC account there. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, sure, we'll get you started now. You can go ahead and pay this bill of like $14,000. I'm like, what? Friggin' excuse me? Like, yeah, you have this thing here. I'm like, you want to go ahead and recheck those numbers? Because holy crap. And yeah, that's when I found out about that. And basically that more or less describes the last, what is it, like 6-something years? Like, oh, I'm just gonna go ahead and go back to life as usual, and then it's like, out of nowhere, like, oh, you're trying to drink a cup? I'm sorry, all cups have been deleted because your mother did something years ago. Like, how? How are they this ingrained in everything? How does that even work? Like, it's one of these cases where they literally just, like, stuck their fingers in so many pies and ruined so many things for so many people that it was almost comical how much crap was there. I think I've mentioned before, I've actually considered writing a book at some point, just going over all that different crap. It's like, here you go, here's just how far off the wagon somebody can go. Like, if somebody repeatedly looks way too good to make any sense whatsoever, yeah, that's probably because they're doing something shady in the background. So that was interesting. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and assume these guys are, you know, yeah, they're autonomous, whatever. We'll set them to attack at weakness. It's not like they will make much of a difference anyway. Because they'll never attack when I want them to. Oh look, they actually did a thing. Cool. Awesome, this fight's different. I like it. I like it a lot. There we go. Everybody get some levels. Those smart zombies. Let's see, coffee, potato, table book. No, I told you, I already got my table book over here. It's the book of totally useless information. I'm just going to keep quoting from this thing. Alright. Let's see here. Why does popcorn pop? Popcorn, Z. myza verta, is a kind of corn called flint corn. Hang on, is anyone gonna... No! You better not kill my Dargan. Alright, You better dodge it. Yeah, you better freaking dodge everything. Man, okay, that was close. I need to really get them to stop attacking this town. Alright, so, I was talking about popcorn. See, why do you use autonomous? I never liked that selection. Same thing for best in Martial Black Queen. Autonomous is pretty good when you want to just go ahead and spread around damage everywhere. The main issue I've been running into is the fact that they're actually set to weakest, but they're acting as if they're using autonomous. So I don't know if that's a bug or what, but yeah, they've most of them are set to weakest, are set to attack weakest. So we're taking a good number of losses. That's okay. Interestingly, this fight starts you off fighting the very strongest that they've got. Raid himself is basically nothing, as I recall, so there we go. Everyone got some levels, you know, we finally claimed this entire first area. They do give you a hell of a fight, so that's nice. So let's go ahead and do this thing. Wait, there's something here! And it's another Rupture Rose, so that's nice. I think that's all the birds gone. Just in case, I'm going to have Mr. Anderson go over here, because I want to take that south town this time. There. Just have Obsidian Sphinx over there. Yeah, they've basically thrown everything they've got. Anyway, so while I'm waiting for everybody to show up, why does popcorn pop? So, flint corn. It has small hard kernels that contain only a small amount of soft starch. Each kernel has moisture content of about 13.5%. The kernels contain a food storage layer known as endosperm. Ugh. Well, you never want to talk about popcorn as enjoying that exploded endosperm. This tough, elastic layer resists the buildup of steam pressure within the kernel. Expand from... or wait, what? Hang on, within the kernel when heated. When the temperature reaches a critical point, around 400 degrees Fahrenheit, the endosperm violently ruptures as the contents of the kernel expand from 30 to 35 times their original size. Popcorn is a relatively minor crop. It is grown primarily in... Good job, Willie. It is grown primarily in Indiana, Illinois, Iowa, and Ohio. Unlike sweet corn, popcorn is harvested after it has matured and dried on the corn stalk. While dry, unsalted popcorn may taste like styrofoam. It has the same nutritional value as sweet corn. As early American settlers were first introduced to popcorn by the Native Americans, let's see, the colonists enjoyed their popcorn in milk and topped with sugar. Huh. Alright. This was probably the first American breakfast cereal. That's new. I never knew about that one. But again, that's why it's the book of completely pointless information. It's just, when are you ever going to need to know this stuff? But, you know, love knowing it all the same. Alright, now let's go ahead and move some peoples up here. So I think we're about safe. So I'm going to go ahead and move Obsidian Sphinx and Aki up to the north. They're going to take there. The rest of the moving wall here is going to go do their thing. Let's see how Lucy's doing. She's the one that I'm most worried about, because good lord, that dragon. That dragon's just the MVP for sure. Okay, so everybody's almost completely healed up here. Alright, so... Anderson, tell me what we're dealing with down here. I think they... yeah, I think the town might not even be defended. Yeah, he's not even defending his cities. Okay, so... Ken, I think you're about a 50. So why don't you go ahead and go down there? But yeah, see, that's what we tune in here for. You tune in here for popcorn facts. That's why I watched somebody named Coffee Potato. Anyway, moving on here. So yeah, I'm gonna have them violently crushify this town. Let's see if I can maybe have Earth Sunder go take a few fights over here. And actually, before we do that, let's go to the shop, and I'm gonna want you to buy some stuff. So first things first, do I have bows? Yes, I do. Do I have balders? Yes, I do. Do I have armets? I have those as well. Yeah, so we have the full knight set. That's fine. We got angel fruits, stamina to all members of the unit. Yeah. Alright, have them carry one of them. Don't really want to spend this money, but alright. There we go. So, Earth Sunder, I'm gonna need you to go take that next town. Reason being that he might be able to get a few good fights in, get some training in. It seems like this is going to be the bulk of their entire team. See, I'm not seeing anybody defending that town right now. It's a little bit foggy out, looking by the weather. You never actually see it rain here, now that I think about it. Actually, I think this is the only game where you... No, I don't think you see it rain in March of the Black Queen either. I guess it would be hard to make it seem like it's raining. Alright, so that's been harvested. Or, liberated. Why am I saying harvested? I thought he said it was harvested. We've harvested the townsfolk. A long time ago, Western Division was the strongest, however they were wiped out. And attacked by Lotus, they were reassigned to supervise the miners. Gee, they sound like the good guys. We should join with them, says everybody for some reason. Alright. Now, proceed to Squish. It looks like they're retreating people back to go deal with the northern attack. But they're not gonna attack. Expect one from the very front. Har har har. I see that they have a birdie there. I'm gonna go ahead and be terrified of that birdie. And probably send everybody but Willy. Gonna go ahead and have a bit of a retreating Willy, as it were. Alright. Let's see, who else do we have? That's everybody but the Willy. In fact, I'm gonna put Willy, I'm gonna say right here. Because then he might be able to respond to either town, depending on where the bird guy gets launched. Because they always get launched, dang it. Why do they always gotta get launched? It's not launch time. Unless they're a walking bird squad. Are you a walking bird squad? No, you're not. You're an actual flying squad. It's the fairy team from earlier, in fact. Right. Let Sphinx do his thing. Earth Sunder is probably going to get beaten back here, but it's worth a try. If that squad can break through, then we're in pretty good shape. Thank you for attacking from the front. Okay, well, that's less than ideal. Yeah, they're only here to get some tiny little hits in, just do whatever they can. I gotta... Please don't let me forget to give Taki's team some training after this. Because they really, really need it. Do one more round. Do I have a Pendra by chance? A Pendra here would really go a long way. This feels like their other real strong team. Unfortunately not, but yeah, they can't recover. So they've taken a few hits. The health bars are always a little bit deceptive because their first about 20 to 30% is kind of just still way up there at the top. It is what it is. Okay, I keep hitting pause and it's not pausing. Come on, Dio. You got this. You got this real good. Slash, slash. They're definitely going to lose the damage race. For now. She's gonna throw Kiss. He's gonna get all beefed up. Please tell me he crits with that buff. Because if they buff crit, man, that's when you're off to the races. Those races are nice. Okay. So, might as well just... I was gonna have them retreat, but the, fight's already done, so whatever. Maybe I won't then. Maybe if I actually hit pause at the right time. Nah, I will never hit pause at the right time, it seems. Alright, I will do it right now. Let's see, let's do field pause. There we go. Yeah, you guys aren't breaking through that, I'm gonna tell you right now. You might be able to do some damage, but you're not breaking. Not breaking through whatsoever. At least nobody's died yet. That's always a plus. Having units not die is always a good thing. That's one more round done. If they can beat the leader, they can launch all of them backwards, and they should be able to take the witch squad with no trouble. Meaning they can take the town, then they can proceed to right Trap Paladin. Yeah, there's no way you're beating that. Mr. Sleepy emote? Well, I gotta give you one of those. How do I... Oh, I need to add one of those, right. Okay, I will do the whole adding emotes thing at some point. Actually, I had a bunch of ideas in mind, but I just never quite got around to them. I'm sorry. I'll do the emotings. That dude just got 8. Yeah, if it was possible to do the whole subby dealy and just say, hey, it costs like 5 cents, I would totally do that. I don't get much from this, thank you. Anyway. There we go. Go ahead and attack leader. See if you can beat these guys somehow. That might also be the one command that actually feels like it wants to function properly, so let's see. Slash, slash, slash. Okay, so that little slashy move, I don't know how many of you guys have ever played RuneScape before, but it looks exactly like this one weapon that ended up getting removed, I think, in RS Classic. Or that ended up getting removed in Old School RS because it was just stupidly overpowered. Like, the whole shtick was, it was... Like, all of the meta up to that point was just any weapon that could attack a bunch of times, kind of similar to this game, in fact. Any weapon that could attack a bunch of times was automatically going to be the best thing, because you could just basically stack your entire build to scale up that thing's potential. So what ended up happening was that for the longest time there were 2 weapons that kept holding that category. Namely, there was a dagger that you could use 4 times. Essentially, it would just do a double slash. It would just run up. It would have really low accuracy, but if you stacked up your strength, it just all of that strength did was increase to your maximum potential physical hit. So it would essentially raise your overall potential damage to something that would potentially double shot something. So if you use 2 double attacks in a row, you could potentially just win a fight right there. So when people were PvPing, and at the time PvPing essentially consisted of if you fight somebody else, whoever dies drops all their stuff, so you just get everything. It's actually something that people were doing for a good long time. They tried a whole bunch of different systems, and ultimately, they kind of found a sort of happy medium, where if you beat somebody, you got a bunch of loot from a particular loot set. So it wasn't necessarily the stuff they were carrying, but it was still the kinds of stuff you would expect that other PvP people would carry. So anyway, getting off topic though. So those double weapons were usually the big thing. The other big one being okay, I should mention that double attack there could be used 3 times, followed up by a quick 4th time. Typically it was 10 seconds later that the 4th attack recharged. The other one was essentially a combination where somebody would throw out a binding ability, so they would Essentially, they would throw out some roots. Those roots would stick somebody in place. Then they would usually probably have somebody run in and try to block your escape in some manner. So, like, for example, one really popular ambush spot was this one church that people went to, which you kind of had to go to churches to recharge every now and then. Because basically all of your passive abilities are running off of what was essentially a prayer system. So, anyway, point being, like, you could just gain, like, 33% or something damage resistance towards one particular thing. So it just gave you a good chance to avoid some stuff. But people often kept going to this one church to recharge. And what would happen is they would just have some people hiding just out of your mini-map range, so you can't quite tell there's somebody there. And then they would just run in, they would close the door behind you, they would have one guy run in, throw a bind, the other one closes the door. Then when you're stuck in place, they would open the door again, both people have bows, and then just both use double shots, so you just instantly die. So yeah, they were basically nearly strategy game squad teams for all intents and purposes. Like, it was actually pretty impressive. The first time I saw that, I'm like, you know what? I'm a bit pissed that I just lost my stuff, but that's pretty alright. That's pretty awesome right there. I gotta respect that. So, either way, people get creative with that game. It's actually part of the reason why I was gonna do that whole full Ultimate Iron Man run at some point. Kind of wanted to finish off some other runs first. In fact, I think that's what I'm going to do. After the X Division run is done, one way or another, I'm actually going to go do the RuneScape Ultimate Iron Man. I had that account that I was going with. I'm probably just going to still stick to that account. Just literally all I did was raise up a bunch of its crafting stuff, which takes absolutely ages, so I'm just going to leave that as it is. But it's a fun game. But the idea was, yeah, to just go through the entire quest tree, because I haven't even seen, like, a good third of it, because there's a whole bunch of new stuff that was added. Because, if you didn't know what happened with that game, back around 2007, they had a really, really good version. And then, for whatever reason, they're like, yeah, we need to copy WoW now, and so they did. And then they just kept going more and more off the rails, and they kept adding a bunch of really OP items, and then they needed to add more OP items to deal with those OP items. I mean, the way that it was supposed to work is everybody has a bunch of stats from 1 to 99, right? Including your health. 99 was the highest your health could go before buffs. Like, if there were certain buffs that could raise it to like 120 or something. But still, if you could, with most damage capping out at about 40 to 50, essentially nobody was getting like thousands of hits of damage or whatever else. It was pretty easy to understand. It was pretty down to earth, and it was in general, nobody could ever realistically get to the point where they were just invincible. Because yeah, your armor, all it really did was lower your odds of getting hit by a certain thing. It didn't lower the maximum damage you could do. It didn't lower, well, I guess that's about it. It didn't lower its maximum damage or anything. In some rare cases, it would resist somewhat, but all the armor did was increase your odds of avoiding a certain thing. Let's see. Do you know any non-PayPal ways to take donations? I have no idea how that works. Plus, I don't think the donation thingy is actually what does the subby thingy. However, I think I might be able to do that whole gifty sub thing for you. In fact, I should do that for Vale as well. I need to figure that out. Because I've recently started using PayPal for some of my work stuff, so I should have a couple bucks to... I don't know how much it is. I'm saying things without actually confirming information. Hold on. Mr. Anderson? No wonder you're not doing any damage. You need to back off. Like, you've been doing real well. Let the rest of the team take some credit for a little bit here. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, technically speaking, I'm not suggesting this, by the way. Technically speaking, they allow like direct deposits and crap, which I think still goes through PayPal. I'm not super sure. I mean, they did ask for that information. Oh, come on! Why can Fatal Dance crit? He's got hit for like 60. Oof. Okay, so we are down 4, up 2. Man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep a live counter for going positive or not at some point. Hello there, Mr. Ninja. Sure glad you've made it this far. Goodbye, though. Also, I love the fact that this ninja just decided, hey, I've got 20 health left, let me go ahead and attack this entire team. Beautiful. He's a smart boy. Take a look at this! Power fruit. But he's not going to carry it for reasons. Oh, by the way, so I was mentioning this earlier. Speaking of, okay, what is this reminded me of it? Because I was thinking, like, friggin' Barry Burton from Resident Evil. And that's who I was using as my, sort of template character, as it were. For my, I was kind of routing through Bloodborne yesterday. Because I want to do that whole gun-only run. So we'll be doing that at some point. Again, all I'm really waiting for on that one is just figuring out the audio. Alright, so there's the friggin' whip squad. Dang roving whip man, what are you gonna do? Any dang ways, so we'll go ahead and let you retreat for now. In fact, I think we're gonna let Obsidian Sphinx go in and fight those guys a little bit. This feels like they're getting pretty aggressive. I want to keep that side occupied at the very least, so they're not sending anybody to go deal with my army down south. I don't think they'll get there on time, but I'd be worried about them circling around and getting there before they have a chance to recover fully. But yeah, anyway, so I was routing through Bloodborne yesterday, and it turns out a gun run is... Well, goodbye, Dio, because apparently birds cannot stop critting. Well, I guess that's RIP 2 of the 3 commanders. And that is RIP Fairy. Okay. Definitely should have retreated there. I did a smart thing. I did a smart real good. Anyway, so now we're down 5 up 2. We need more promotions. We need more wins. Guess this is it for me. Yep, get out of here, Dio. Sorry. I don't know why I didn't expect the bird guy to crit, because that seems to be their whole shtick. In fact, you know what? I'll go write a message to them folks right now. Let me ask the mod folks, because surely they would know. Surely, surely, surely. I heard an ooh. What was that ooh? Oh, that was the zombie. Okay, Lee of the zombie. Ooh. Where is it? Okay. OB64 mod. Tell me. There we go. Do Hawkmen have innate crit bonuses? Is this team about to die? Sure is! Alright, I'm gonna let them get their 1 round off and then they're out of here. 2 damage crit, though. That's so... it's adorable. It's adorable! Take a shot and then we're out of here. Wait a minute. Isn't that Taki's team? Are... please tell me they didn't just circle around to take my town. What did I miss when it... Oh, no, that's not Taki's team. They're up here. They're being all terrible up here. They look a little bit like this, that's why I was thinking that. They've got a very similar team, not exactly the same. In fact, they might even be the best ones to go take on this whip squad over here. So I'm gonna have them go assist. Utirice. Go deal with that, and Bird Boy is gonna go try to take it down. Capture Funta. Katarina, I need you to go defend here. Willie... No, Willie, you're on defense. Katarina, you're completely wrecked. You go back here. Somehow this plan makes sense to me. Alright, you go ahead and go camp a little bit. Sounds like a good plan. Why are you not camping exactly? There we go. You camp. They're gonna go ahead and attack Lucy, which is just generally been a bad idea for anybody that's ever tried it. Because our dragon eats people. It's a useful. He's a good boy dragon. He's such a good boy. Like, man, I'm being such a good boy dragon. I'm just over here just eating dudes left and right. Being all nice and everything. Occasionally even saying please and thank you. I don't know why politeness would be at all relevant for a dragon, but it's there. Alright, and because we have a shield zombie, and because of the fact that Phalanx tank damage like nobody's business, they were actually able to win that fight. So for once, effective use of a Phalanx. Dear ice. Nice thing, though, despite all of the many, many losses, at least they can come back as zombies. So they're not going to be completely gone. So, yeah. And they'll continue winning. They'll continue winning real good. They'll probably take a few encounters. Oh, crap, what is that? Holy crap. Okay. You know what? I take it back about that ice storm. It apparently just hit in full force. I just looked outside and all that rain turned to sleet, and suddenly there's like ice spikes off of everything in the last few minutes. What the actual hell's going on with the weather out here? Good lord. Like, last week it was negative 50 or some crap, then all of a sudden it just thawed out and we had 50-degree weather, like 50 degrees positive for a while. So yeah, our weather changed 100 degrees in a week, and now everything's all frozen. Except it feels warm, it's just that there's ice everywhere. Yeah, okay, that seems normal. It's like living in some bizarro friggin' Dark Souls world over here. It's weird. It's weird, man! I don't know what's wrong with it. Friggin' weather's broken. Though then again, it's kind of a running joke that none of the weather in Michigan makes any sense. Not even slightly. Oh, Santa's coming? I'm pretty sure Santa got frozen somewhere. Santa got frozen! Ooh. What is this? Hang on, I got a quick message to write right here. I actually missed if anything was happening. I was just replying to an email. Real quick, y'all. Oh, please don't crit. In fact, oh crap, can we even survive this? Please, please, don't kill him. Don't kill him, don't kill him, don't kill him, don't kill him. Don't kill him. Come on, Ninja, you're the MVP here. Oh, yes! That Ninja's the MVP. His animation took so long he allowed the retreat bar to fail. Oh, that was close. We almost lost another one. Okay, so yeah, that's one of those ones I really don't lose. Like, okay, Dio, fine. Like, we lost him, it's not great. But, you know, that's like one of those ones that we can recover from. Right now, Aznaville and Troy are two that I'm really kind of banking on being real good. So, we'll see how that goes. That one's running away, but only kind of? Darius, you go here. Lucy, you please eat this bird. You're like, nom 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 nom. Yeah, there's a pretty gnarly looking tree outside right now. Thing has seen some interesting days. And it's literally just like holding out spikes. It's pretty metal. It's a pretty awesome tree. Actually, speaking of stuff that's looking pretty metal, and speaking of stuff that involves trees, so yeah, was going on about Bloodborne earlier, right? So yeah, recently went through that for the first time. Like, I know, I'm a bit late to the party there. But, did anybody else that ever looked at that thing kind of get the same feeling from the, quote-unquote, host of the nightmare guy as being, well, absurdly similar to the friggin' tree from DS1? Because, like, it was basically the same deal of, like, here's this giant puzzle boss, like, but I'm losing for no reason. Why can he one-shot me? How's that a thing? It's like the best resistance to his friggin' ability that I can possibly get. It's just like, dude, this is bullcrap. Why does he one-shot? Anyway. So yeah. I know, Mr. Cow, I'm trying not to spoil anything, because I know you haven't finished it. Still though, just kind of throwing it out there. There's kind of a nonsensical boss. I don't know if you said you haven't gotten to that section yet, because that's... I mean, actually, based off of what you mentioned so far, it sounds like you're like 20% into the game. Which is weird, because I heard a whole bunch of people, like, when it came out, I heard a bunch of folks saying, like, oh man, it's such a short game. It's not. That thing is not short at all. It's pretty decent length, actually. Like, I think I actually spent more going through my first run of Bloodborne than pretty much any of the rest of the series. In fact, I think it even took longer than some of the Kingsfield games. So, I don't know. Like, it wasn't even for losses either. There was a good bit where I was just burning through bosses like crazy. I don't know, but it is definitely the first one where the two starting weapons just carried from start to finish without any problem whatsoever. I mean, honestly, after looking at the save file again yesterday when I was doing that routing thing, I'm still kind of the opinion that the axe is actually kind of pretty overpowered. That thing should not hit as hard as it does. Anyhow, back on track. So, more OB64, yes, we're just smashing through stuff here. As you do, Still kind of missing my daily coffee. But I'm not sure why I was having weird pains earlier, so I'm going to go ahead and assume that I overdid it on the coffee recently. That's usually what that means. It's usually the body saying, hey, you're exploding internally, please stop. Although the doctor didn't say so. Actually, it's weird. So I got this... Well, my wife got me this dealie to, like, one of these kind of vital statistic tracking dealies, just to kind of keep track of it. She didn't exactly believe that I was actually getting exercise during the day. It's like, dude, I dance around during the day. I'm always running back and forth with the kids and everything else. I get a pretty decent workout. And then, yeah, finally was completely redeemed, because they're looking at this thing and she's like, how exactly are you getting more exercise when I'm going to the gym? Like, you underestimate how much I carry these kids around, and it's just the sheer amount of running around that happens during the day. I have, like, a couple quiet moments, all the rest of it is just a full-on sprint from start to finish. Thought you saw that snowman move? What if it did? What if it did, huh? Woo! Woo! He's coming for you. He's coming for you. I mean, I didn't see anything. He's been sitting there the whole time. I mean, I'm looking at the box right now until it's locked in. It's weird. It's weird, man. Alright, Lucy. Come on. Eat this birdie. Eat it good. Get 8. Birdie got 8. Birdie got 8. I love how, like, 4 people left immediately after the snowman thing. That's amusing. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. When you scare people off with a spooky snowman. Such is life. I should just move it ever so slightly. Just all the time. Alright, Lucy, I know, you're taking care of all the losers. So you go here. The entire south is basically ours at this point, so we can go ahead and move up everybody. Let's have you guard here, just in case they've got another birdie up their butt somewhere. Mr. Willie, or Katarina. Tell you what, we'll go back over here. And yeah, we're about good to go. Actually, we're going to have one more squad deploy, since we lost Dio. So we'll have one more squad. I'm almost puzzling whether I even want to take on this engagement right here, because I should have a Pendra at this point. Yeah, so we've got the Pendra, we've got Lucy. I'm thinking we probably just leave that top squad alone. They're trying to attack. It looks like they're pushing for a counterattack at this point. So there's really not much they're going to be able to do to break through that. Unless we restructure everybody to push through, it's just not going to happen. So it seems like our best bet is going to be to just attack straightforward. Or just attack from the south and scare these guys off. Dang Valmokins. Why are you all strong and crap? Why are you all good? Stop being so good. Alright. Alright. So we only got 3 squads there. Okay. Well, we're just going to assume that these guys can hold for now. They probably won't be able to do much more than hold. At least he's good at guarding, so we'll have that. See, I know I'm too tired when I see dancing snowmen. Why don't you sleep? You need sleep, man. Why are you being all awake and everything? Man, don't you just love when you have ridiculously trippy dreams, though? Like, for some reason, every now and then I'll just have bizarre dreams about walking through crumbled hellscapes and whatever else of just places I've been before. No idea why. Just, it's like, yeah, here's just a bunch of random collections of all kinds of different stuff that's happened. Just for reasons. Let's move you slightly over here. Let's move you slightly over here. And in fact, you know, we're going to do a fighting retreat of sorts. Let's move you here. Let's move Taki over here. Alright, everybody go crossing this bridge. Now, because Doggy woke you up, why are you waking him up, Doggy? Because I know the feeling. So every single morning, like, we get up, get the baby fed, I go off to go make breakfast and everything. And this dog, that's sleeping right next to me over here, every single morning, just like, he does this really loud whine. I don't know why he does it, it's just this really, really obnoxious whine. And apparently he thinks that it's going to make him go out before everybody else, or it's going to get him his breakfast early. Because really his eventual goal is to chug the entire water bowl at one time, get himself sick, and then, you know, go and have his breakfast. Because this dog does not know restraint when it comes to water. Like, you put him next to a swimming pool, he will chug there until he starts having accidents uncontrollable. It's ridiculous. Not a pool, but I mean, like, okay, I should clarify. There's a kiddie pool when we go visit our relatives. It's always filled up with clean water. It's not the same as the pool water. But yeah, no, he sat there and just kept drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking, and so we were coming back, and we just see, like, several puddles on the outside of this pool as he's still continuously drinking and trying to process it all. And so, like, we just came back and we're like, what the hell is wrong with this dog? You know, we left one person watching them, they just pretty much left him in the backyard and walked off to go do something else. So, you know, we come back to this whole situation, it's like, dude, you had one job. That one job is to make sure this dog doesn't chug himself into a coma. What is going on here? And I go, he seemed like he was fine. I didn't think he would try to drink the entire swimming pool. And yeah, no, he will. This dude does not know restraint. Please don't crit. Okay, just barely survived. Let's get out of here. While sleepy emotes conveys all the tireds, yawning also does that. So you need a better puppy sitter? That's when you have kids. Because they're there just basically sitting there all the dang time, and always trying to play with the puppy, always trying to feed them. Alright, I think it was Doggy's team just having issues. There we go. Oh, are the kiddos finally getting up? No? No? The kiddos need more up-getting. Any dang way. So yeah, as far as puppies are concerned, though, it's kind of funny. So the other day I was watching this thing from Backfeed, just kind of going over what dogs would do what if they took over the world and stuff. And there was this whole thing like, oh yeah, the Labradors should be the leaders. Having trained them, here's the thing with Labradors: they can lead all they want. They're they're so easily distracted by one thing or another. Like, each of them will have one thing. Like, for example, with Mr. Braxton here, he loves water. He will do anything for water. It doesn't matter in what form. This dude just needs water all the time. Doesn't matter how much he's had. Doesn't matter how humid it is outside. Doesn't matter how dry it is outside. The boy will drink until he's stopped. There's no other thing there. Oh, your dog's lab? I'm assuming... Oh, let's see. I always watch Doges during the potty times. You gotta go walk some outside. Go take them for walks and teach them to heel and stuff. But yeah, no, it's always fun to watch dogs playing in the field, though. What was I getting at here? Yeah, so they always have, they always have that one thing that they obsess over. And yeah, in the case of a couple of our other pups, for example, they just obsessed over food. Which most dogs will obsess over food, and that's what makes them so easy to train. Honestly, if they weren't so hungry, we'd probably have much more troubles with them. But yeah, like, some of them, you could just even pretend to give them pocket meals, and they'll be like, oh man, I just love the idea that you might have given me a food, and they'll just be okay with you feeding them air because you did the feeding motion. Yes, by the way, that's actually a trick. That is an actual legit trick that they teach you to use in case of emergencies. It's like, if you absolutely, positively have no ways to give them a treat, but you need to reward them, pretend you did give them a treat, and they're like, oh man, I ate so many treats I can't tell the difference. Please don't take that down. But yeah, if he's a dog, he probably loves water. That's how that goes. Right, so can you guys just attack weakest? I've had you on attack weakest for ages. Like, are you seeing this right now? They're all on attack weakest. Finally they hit that guy. Holy crap. Okay, and our leader's almost dead. We need to retreat. Please don't kill him. Okay, good. That was a strategic choice right there, because I figured if we retreat right now, we're... Holy Christ, what? Alright, we should be out of the woods here. Yeah, we were guaranteed to lose the town if we retreated. I mean, I guess we still lost the town, but at least we got some level ups out of it. So you don't think mine would fall off that? They're too crafty? You never know. See, if you're giving them enough treats, they literally just will look at it and just assume you gave them the treat. They're kind of presumptive animals at times. But yeah, labs are awesome. Labs are absolutely awesome. They're fantastic, fantastic animals in every dang way. Yeah, we're definitely losing that upper town, and... Yeah, this roving whip squad is ridiculous. This is the second run in a row now where just friggin' Ultimate Gimp Squad is absolutely murdering everyone. Alright. Yeah, I don't know why they never miss, either. They are the kinky death. Snug buddies, yeah. But then they get hair everywhere. Alright, we're gonna have to use this Pendra now. I was hoping this would take out their leader, but I guess this will do the same. still lost. God dang. These guys are they're ridiculous. Why are they so... Who put that there? Is what I want to know. Who decided? They're like, man, we need a squad of just dudes with whips that are just way over leveled for some reason. Yeah, they killed off my ninja. They've repeatedly been winning for the longest time, and they're even tired. Yeah, 13. They are the highest level that I've seen in this entire fight. I think they might actually be higher level than the even boss of the area. But that's why these guys are held in reserve to attack at the very end. Attacky. Yeah, you need to heal up your archer, because that archer just cannot stop dying. Earth Sunder, what's your deal? Apparently they're perfectly fine. There we go. They should be able to beat this one. You know, before these guys get a bunch of crits over and over. Why did they get so many crits? I guess these guys don't. Just don't kill him. Okay, good. Why do I have the Dress Park theme stuck in my head? Old Man Belmont? Could be. These guys are nuts. Like, I think that squad killed off, I want to say, something like 4 teams my first time through the game. They just sort of came out of nowhere and they're like, check it out, we got 2 levels on everybody and the whips that we shouldn't have yet. And that's why they dropped so many Rupture Roses. Actually, it's funny because the Rupture Rose is an endgame weapon in all the rest of the series. And yet, for some reason, in this one, they're like, nah, here's a bunch of guys just equipping them a few fights in. Because reasons. Like, we're not even into mid-game yet. This is the weird part. I know, this is the second week of this run, and we're not even mid-game. The early game takes a little bit to get rolling. See, the purple whip is the vampire killer? Well, in this one, it's like, it's all purple and literally covered in roses. So, I don't know, it seems a little unwieldy. Gonna let Earth Sunder take over, because holy crap, we're getting our anuses pushed in by people with whips. Alright. Please just finish this guy. Yeah, of course, because he blocks a sword with a whip, because that makes sense. That is a thing that can happen. Of course, saying this, it's kind of funny that one of my favorite features about One Vision is the fact that whips are really strong. Because, yeah, they go from... It's funny, they go from being near worthless in the actual base game to suddenly... Oh, okay, that's just even weirder. The roving whip squad... the roving group of, like, old men in kilts with whips drops hard leather. Just piece that together as you will. I only mention it because, yes, they do intentionally throw that joke in all the time. I mean, they even threw leather pants onto Oz during one of his level 30 plus boss fights for some reason. Because then he's one of the only characters that can drop leather pants. Just like, oh, there's just, who knows what they're doing in their spare time, har har har. Like, it's not that funny, guys. Like, I know it's a very Japanese thing to do, but it's not that funny. It's like, oh man, he likes leather pants. Threaded cane, kind of. Oh man, here's the Paladin squad though, so basically everyone's dead. In fact, Earth Sunder, tell you what, don't even bother taking back that town. We're retreating to back here. Okay? Okay. Good talk. I mean, I appreciate you for holding it this long, but we're definitely retreating back to there. If they're gonna be going for the HQ, we're gonna need to be... Alright, new plan. You are now going to hold this town because you've gone ahead and already taken it, so... So let's go ahead and use this heal pack, sure. these guys in any condition to attack? I guess I could give them some healing leaves. Okay. They're gonna try to assist. What's your situation? You are definitely going to need a power fruit, just so you don't immediately die. I'll probably throw a few healing leaves out there. You're... Yeah. Probably just the one that needs healing. I'm not super confident in their ability to actually win any fights. But at the very least, they can assist. And this town's actually pretty easy to defend, all things considered. So that's what we're kind of banking on at this point. The whole reason it's easy to defend is because it's got its back right to the river. So you have a very short distance. You can't get thrown way back. You actually have the option for 2 or 3 encounters before you actually get knocked back. So it's good stuff. Their healer got taken out. That's fine, but they're going to go for the leader. Almost taken out. Get out of here. Get out of here. Why is not Earth Thunder, why is... It's because he's tired. They tired themselves out. Alright, new plan. Sphinx, you're probably good enough to take down this team on your own, so you go do that. Earthsunder, you're actually in really good shape, so you go ahead and take on these guys. Taki will hold the town. They will be the Taki of the town, har har. And yeah, hopefully they'll tire themselves out running into the river, which would let us kind of barricade the area off. And interestingly, he put himself into the second row where he's only got 2 attacks. That makes sense. Yeah, they position themselves in such a way where they don't have healing, so they don't have the back row healing benefit. He only gets 2 attacks. And they, interestingly, with their formation, no matter what side they're attacked from, they're going to have more or less the same thing, where they've got 2 basics in the front, Fatal Dance, and a single heavy attack in the back. So it's overall a pretty decent setup that they've got going on. Even if these guys get sent back, though, they've got enough damage to actually beat these guys. So once the leader's gone, they can just sit there and eliminate everybody. So yeah, they can go ahead and get all their experiences in. Hopefully get those promotions I was talking about, you know? Make sure that he gets to become a Centurion down the line. It's kind of funny, because it's the one thing that Earthsunder hasn't shown up for in a little bit. Dang, Earthsunder! Where are you today? Oh yeah, so, a quick little side note here. I should mention, so I was ranting on and on about Bloodborne earlier, right? So I should point out, I don't know whose idea it was to fill up the kind of randomly generated dungeon type situation with, well, not exactly randomly generated, but more so like bizarre side variants of the usual weapons you can get. Because you can get stuff that I think you technically aren't supposed to have yet. Like pretty early on into the thing, as soon as those were unlocked, I went ahead and just started going into random online ones. And started getting a bunch of stuff that seemed pretty OP at the time, including the gun sword, the Rider Flash, specifically the Lost variant. The reason I'm saying that it seemed like it wasn't supposed to be that good is because, yeah, I don't know what the actual base version is. I never actually found the normal version. I only found the Lost version, and the only difference between those and the regular ones, unless there's other variants I don't know about yet, is the fact that, yeah, they come with different, like, little shapes. Like, based on what shapes each thing comes on, you can give it different upgrades. So for that particular one, it was able to stack a whole bunch of upgrades that basically let it have a bunch of physical upgrades while also having a bunch of elemental upgrades, meaning that it's scaled to something pretty ridiculous. So overall, very, very useful. But yeah, the whole... Actually, that's probably one of the more practical examples of a gun sword I've actually seen in a game. Because honestly, I was keeping it in the shooting variants. I think the majority of the time that I used it, because going through the challenge stuff, that was kind of my go-to. Just because in most cases, being faster was better than anything else. I don't really know what they were thinking with the balance on those, though. Because, like, most of the enemies you can just completely outspeed, and then you have your one boss. I say one boss, it's like 3 variants on a single boss. Of, like, guy with 2 sickles, guy with, like, a dead body on a stick, and a guy with 2 flaming swords. And if you've seen basically any ghost movie ever, you know that, like, weird... I don't know how to call it, like, where it kind of looks like they're phasing in and out of reality, going unreasonably fast, moving unnaturally fast, kind of this weird gait that a bunch of zombies and demons and crap will love to do in horror movies. They basically do that. And the annoying part is they basically do that and then suddenly slow down into a normal attack animation, because parrying them is just about the only way you're going to actually beat the things. Because if you parry them, it's a one-shot. Otherwise, they just keep attacking and attacking and attacking and attacking. And it's like, that whole section of the game is just an endless amount of, hey, here's a bunch of stuff with infinite stamina that can attack, like, ridiculously fast and a billion times in a row. This is totally fair, and you should love it, and if you miss the parry, you're as good as dead. Like, that's really more annoying than anything, so I'm just gonna keep going back and going for that parry. Sure, it usually only took 2 to 3 times, but still, like, what the hell, you know? It's just taking a bunch of time. And then you get to the bosses that basically do the same thing. Like, there was one that, what was it? Something Elder. I think it was like Themerian Elder or something like that. And the guy's shtick was, okay, he's an old man, and he's just kind of floating along. Old man wizard guy. At a distance, he'll turn his staff into a crossbow and fire with pretty much pinpoint precision. No matter how you move, unless you dodge it at the very last second, he will auto-snipe you. It's okay. A bit annoying, but, you know, manageable. So from there, like, you know, as he goes throughout the fight, that ends up turning into a double shot, which will usually be an instant kill. It's just an instant, you know, you didn't exactly dodge at the right second, so you're just dead now kind of thing. From there, he's got a bunch of parryable stuff. So, okay, you know, that's nice. You know, you get a bunch of slow parryable moves. That's nice and forgiving. His whole shtick, though, is he will just disappear in the middle of your swing, and then suddenly reappear and then shoot you in the face and you die. It's like, okay, you had no warning that he was actually going to disappear. He just like, poof, he's not there anymore, and you've just taken a firebolt from the back of the head. Very beatable, like... I should point out that that particular variant came up like 8 times when I was going through those, because I was hoping to find, you know, the last one to see what they were getting at, but then it was just Themerian, Hintertomb, just like over and over, different variants of the same one. And finally I just got bored, so I was like, screw it, let's just finish the game already. So yeah, apparently that was like halfway through the Chalice stuff, so I don't know how far they really expect you to delve into that, because, man, that gets arduous, I gotta say. Alrighty. These guys are trying to take our dang town. They're trying to take our town. So I love how attack weakest somehow doesn't mean that the, you know, unit with no health, low health, and sleep directly in front of you in the front row translates to no, go attack the one in the second row. That makes sense. Alrighty. Now, I guess the question is, so that gun run I was talking about, do you guys think that for a Bloodborne gun run that the combination weapons count? Because technically speaking, like, if you just keep a Rider Flush kept in the pistol mode at all times, you're just dual-wielding pistols at that point. So does that count? Like, would that count for that one? Like, when I was doing the routing, I was only counting for just having a single pistol in the left hand. But it would be really, really nice to have access to 3 slots. Like, truth be told, the only way I see the ending parts of it being possible are actually going and using either the Rifle Spear or Rider Flush, except just having them in that particular mode, and then just having a bunch of regen stuff on there, and then just kind of repeatedly using the kind of auto-generated ammo as a kind of way to do it. I don't know. It's a bit of a thought. I mean, I think it's pretty fair. It's not like it's really doing any non-pistol things, it's just allowing regen to happen. Don't know. I'll try it out at some point. But it feels like something that could be pretty darn fun to do. Maybe. I mean, I know that's one build that I've been thinking about doing when I was going through that game over and over. It's like, I kind of wonder what would happen if he just slapped regen on absolutely everything. But I don't know. I don't know for certain. Perhaps somebody else knows. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and say it's probably fair. Because I don't think I'm going to get a response on that. Because, yeah, people are here for OB64 and not Bloodborne right now. Everybody does Bloodborne, not OB64. Although right now we've been on the same fight for absolutely ages, because we're trying to prevent them from taking our capital right now. Ah, dang it, Raid. Why are you such an a-hole? Why do you gotta make your fight so douchey? So they put up a pretty good fight. I think this is the last of them, really. We might have one more for Mr. Magnus to go take out. Is that squad done? See, Talking Squad ended up pulling it through in the end. Actually, that's kind of been the running theme throughout this. Like, we have all of the ace characters get killed off in some random, bizarre manner. And then out of nowhere, the nobodies come in. They're like, yeah, check it out, we were competent too. Crap. Well, tell you what, Vanessa. How'd you like some free experience? You guys need to go take this town right home. See, I'm here for big birds and hide and go seek. Fair enough, fair enough. That is quite fair. Yeah, I kind of wish that there was actually more feedback from the folks that actually watch this stuff. Because, I mean, I have all these different runs in mind and everything else, but nobody ever tells me what they're actually interested in, so I'm usually just going by the like counts and the view counts. But then I don't know if any of those are skewed based off, some of them being longer than others. So it's like, I don't know. What does everybody want? I mean, technically speaking, I would figure that everybody wanted... Oh, dude, are you seeing this? It's the Vanessa versus Vanessa showdown. It was meant to be. It was meant to be! But yeah, no, if the numbers are anything to go by, technically speaking, what people actually watch me for is A, to just randomly discuss lore on the Armored Core series, B, specifically start One Vision runs but then never actually finish them, and B, like, I kid you not, the first maybe 3 parts of any run get looked at, nobody ever watches them all the way to the end. Like, other than... I think Vale, maybe. It's like, nobody watches them to the end. So yeah, I don't know how all that goes. And then, what else? I guess just like the occasional random thing, like tomorrow, if I can get my second setup running here, I wanted to do Phoenix Point, because that's actually gotten a bunch of new stuff and I want to check it out. Because yeah, Phoenix Point is actually looking pretty alright at this point. I was actually joking for the longest time that it'll never come out, but it actually might be coming out. So yeah, it's actually looking positive and stuff. And yeah, and I'm back the early back of that a while ago. So you enjoy the camaraderie and friendships you made along the way? Fair enough, fair enough. It's too bad most of them got fed to dragons, but the ones that didn't seemed pretty nice. as soon as Vanessa's done over there, we're just gonna go take out Raid, and then we'll be done here, because I can see my kiddos are starting to get up. So it's about time to go do the dad mode thing. Oh, nice. Nice crits. Give me more crits. Come on. You know you want to get those crits? Ah, they're gonna have one more encounter. Why do they need more encounters? They're not casual at all. Oh, you know what? You know what else would be an interesting run of this game? Okay, so the healing animation in this game always reminds me of Golden Sun, and I kind of wonder what it would be like just to have it be limited to 2 squads, and it's the 2 teams from Golden Sun. I wonder. Maybe throw in a 3rd one just to have the Mars adepts as their own squad, because they're technically always around in the background too. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, for those few that were here for X Division and stuff like that, yeah, that'll probably continue on Monday. Just because I needed to... I still haven't had a chance to double check yet, but I've been meaning to double check what exactly happened with the bugs last time. Because I ultimately just kind of noped out of it yesterday. Because it just got completely busted, like to the point where the it came down to a case where A, it was either an infinite turn, or B, there was a ghost hitbox that was blocking, like it was specifically blocking a rocket. It's like there's clearly nothing there, and I kept checking all the different boxes, like there's literally nothing in this tile. And I thought it was one of the rando like ghost enemies or whatever else, but then the targeting reticle would be different, because then it would show you that it can fire past it and it's just blocked by this thing. Instead, it's like it's 100% blocked exactly right here. So yeah, that only happens from having a Humvee there, which would mean that somehow everything except a random wheel somehow got blown up from the Humvee, even though it is entirely one solid chunk. So, yeah, I don't know. So probably was just going to redo whatever was going on there, because it was a bit janky. Which is to be expected. I mean, we've run into bugs before, it's definitely not the first time. I just didn't know what was known or not. So I figured I'd go ahead and pause it and see if I had... Yes! Okay, so we might be down 5 or 6 now, but we're up 3! We got some promotions. These ones will be the champions. And I should probably also stop saving all that money. Stop trying to save all of it and probably go and make an actual team happen. Because not training has been what's caused problems this entire time. Alright, final push. Let's do this thing. Let's see, that is a ladybug dodging a snake laser from a bee. Alright. Roaming the weird part of Japan again. The weird part is all of it. Though, we'll say, as much as I find it really weird, it's still a place that, like, looking at the entire culture, it's like, man, I really actually kind of wish I had grown up in that. That sounds kind of interesting. Bugs. Gotcha. They're all bugs. Actually, so I was in contact with some of the folks that are actually making the sequel to Xenonauts. That was just funny. Like, oh, do you realize what you're doing? Like, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. All the sound was dragon flapping behind me. You don't think about yourselves? Like, no, I actually think about how to beat this dragon. Yes, 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 everybody's an idiot. Attack leader. The entire team should be able to target him. I've got 0 worries about their actual damage output here. Yeah, we should be able to take a good quarter of his health out with this. He's the one guy that can actually pose a reasonable threat. And with all of their very many attacks, they're going to go ahead and activate the trap card, which hasn't even charged, so never mind. Either way, you know, there we go. Took out a quarter of his health. That's fine. The rest of the squad will be able to take him out, as they do. And then he'll piss off, and then the fight will be done. We are ready to take Q. Q. Taxi leader, please. Yeah, seriously though, attack leader is about the only one that actually seems to directly make them do their job. Stamp. Why are you so tanky? Why are you murdering my berserkers? That's fine. They got like 10 damage off on him. We got extras. We got extras coming your way. Alright, go ahead and attack leader. Now I'm gonna pause it for a quick sec while I be right back. Alrighty, sorry for the pause there. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. Mr. Cow, do you know by any chance if Shepard's up? doing his old thing. He's gonna try to do that whole raidy thing. Be all raidy and stuff, since I've been told that I haven't been doing that enough lately. There we go, lining up, experience for everybody. And Mr. Raid is hurt enough to piss off, so there we go. I'll let you go for now, I only have 4 guys left, but bye. And they just let him leave. Like, oh man, I'm sure he won't cause trouble or a really dickish fight later at all. That's believable. Probably could have taken that town on top. Alright, 4,300 bucks. Let's see, not yet. Hey there, Evan. You just became a zombie. Welcome back to the team. Welcome. Cheetah turned into a zombie. Cerebro turned into a zombie. Everybody's a zombie. Yeah. Alright, that's how we get new people. Alright, Evan. Can't exactly command in this condition, but congratulations, you are now a new zombie. Alright. Who else lost somebody? You guys. I wish I could have you led by a zombie, but I can't have you led by a zombie. Alright, let's replace you. Can I replace this guy? Alright, let's see here. Can't form a unit, don't want to anyway. Class commands. Where's the thingy with the... Here we go. Right? Right? No. Unit commands change leader, there we go. I remember buttons. Are you a zombie? Nah, you get another character later because you technically died as a baby dragon. So, yeah, zombies, animals and demi-humans can't zombify in this game. Let's go change the formation a little bit. There we go. And let's go ahead and add soldiers. Added 2 soldiers. How many do we have left? 12. Okay, so we're not doing so bad. But yeah, you're over here. You died as a Dargan, unfortunately, and this is actually why Vale is getting another one later as well. So, yeah. And then Rakes as a ninja. Fortunately, he are dead. Do I have any more zombies? No. Let's add you. Bam. And change their formation around a little bit to the weak wedges, I like to call it. It's kind of a rookie formation, but it'll do. Exit the screen, yes please. And now while we're here, before we finish up, so Earth Sunder is the only survivor? Not necessarily. There have been some survivors, I think. Some have probably made it a little bit. Let's have you go here. We'll do that. I mean, technically, you're still surviving. It's just slightly more undead than usual. I mean, I guess we've also lost Dio, we've also lost Leah. You know, we could be doing better, but it's alright, it's alright. The ones that aren't making it are still making it pretty alright. In fact, Leah has been a pretty friggin' strong zombie, and really what we need is more beast units. So I'm probably going to spend next time trying to get a beast squad going. Because unfortunately I lost one dragon, lost a griffin. I could get more just heavies in general, that would end up helping a whole lot. Because her team does really well just because she gives a really significant damage boost to dragons. What are you supposed to do now? You're supposed to enter the town. Yes, we got the thing! Let's start the hunted. See the beauty of the night. So that is savage. Okay. Hi there, Mr. Bloodborne. A good time for living and dead to mingle. Sweet. Okay. He may be eligible to join our... Oh, is this because I put him in Anderson's squad and he's got really low alignment? Okay. Heading to unknown town, there are 2 paths. Which do you choose? Feels like I should go for the shortcut here? Hang on. Let me look this up, because I want to get this item. Alright, let's start over Battle 64. Is he going to marry Brad Pitt? I don't know. It's always possible. Let's see, I know you need a chaotic... Oh, wow. Okay, so you do need a chaotic male character. Oh, based on the time? What the hell? I don't know the time. Did anybody by chance see the time going into this? Dude, holy crap. Who came up with this? Literally every hour of every day, he's got different answers to the question. It's kind of later in the day, I guess? I mean, can anybody look back on the stream real quick and just let me know what the approximate time was that we were going into this encounter? Yeah, I kid you not. Let's see, 00 to 129, the answers are 1111. 130 to 259, the answers are 2222. And that alternates until 4:30 to 6 o'clock, where it's 2221. Then from 6 to 7:30, it's 1121. Then from 7:30 to 9, it's 2212. Like, this goes on for the entire day. So, alright, screw it. Let me see if I can find it. Is it possible to go back? Alright. I'm gonna assume he wants the chaotic stuff, so... Pathmark shortcut, I guess? You're drinking with 2 friends, they begin arguing. What would you do? I mean, I'm assuming he wants me to go for the evil options, so... Pick a side, I guess? I have to be the bot. Oh. Well, crap. Question number 3. Lost battling unions have been wandering for some time. How do you motivate your men? Talk of the future, I guess. You could live your life over, what would you change? What? Yeah, I mean, a job would be nice. I'm assuming we didn't get it, because that's... Wait, what? Wait, really? No crap. Okay, cool. I guess we did get it. Bloody emblem! So we need the rest of the items, but still. It's one of the many items you need to make a vampire. Can you save state? No, I have no save state, so cool. That's pretty awesome, then. Alright, now we're gonna wait a couple hours so that we can go get the Hallowed Shield. There we go. There we go. Go get the shield from your mom. He's like, hey, Troy, you look so handsome, she says to her suddenly completely ripped son. Just do what makes you happy. Like, yeah, Mom, biceps make me happy. I could go rip a tree in half. Alright. So that'll be that for today. Hang on, let me see if anyone's actually doing that whole streamy type of dealie right now. I don't know if they are, but it's worth a quick peek here. Yeah, I don't think anyone I know. Why is nobody online? Sorry, I'm double checking if anybody's streaming anything that I know of. Wait, I think there's... No, I thought there was one person that was maybe doing something. Okay, okay. Let's see if for some reason... I love how friggin' Prince of Zenobia manages to have its own category, as if anybody's gonna go... anybody's gonna go do that one. Well, no one around to do that whole raidy thing, so... Unless anyone has a suggestion, then I'm just gonna go ahead and call it for today. Got nobody? Let's just do... you know what, maybe... If for some reason this works, like I think this does the whole hosty thing, maybe something good will come of it. Anyway, thank you guys for stopping by. Hopefully this guy is gonna be doing some stuff. Oh, Grim tier? Okay. One sec. Let's see who that is. Okay, there we go. So, you guys have a good one then. Hopefully this Grim tier guy is entertaining. And, yeah, thank you for stopping by.